left. They fucking left, bro. Later. Alright, so I just ended up waiting and chilling while they were doing what they were doing. So now I'm here. But yeah, life is good. We are back in the game. Now, where was I? I was talking about stillness, I believe. My hair, man, is growing. I remember when this shit was short as fuck. Remember that? Now it's like, you know, it's like, oh, almost fucking. I caught that on camera. I slid. Got it. I forgot the bench I'm standing on is fucking, what's the word? Wet, slippery. So yeah, fuck that. Don't want to do that. Anyways, just, I don't know. In today's world, a lot of us are just conditioned to believe that slowing down means, losing momentum. Or, yeah, like losing your train of, what am I trying to say? Yeah, the momentum, you know what I mean? But sometimes you just gotta slow down, you know what I mean? Most of us are too much in a rush for what? A lot of us in a rush to go somewhere, but nowhere. Very trippy, I know. It's always just been here now, Stillness isn't the absence of growth. It's really just, it's a sacred soil where transformation begins, where growth can happen even more so. Think of this. When was truly the last time you listened to your body, to your emotion, to your soul without rushing to fix, or to move, right? To do the first thing that you feel you should do. Because we live in a constant loop of doing and thinking and doing and thinking, yet forget the power of just simply being here in the now, and the stillness. That's why I always say meditate to the point of the now. You'll feel it intuitively what I mean by the point. You just feel the connection of all that is, was, and will be, and all that is right now. The point of existence, the point, you could even say it's God or it's the universe, really. Just, Ram Dass said it, the point just is. What is the point, God always is, was, will be type of thing. That's the point. The point, we just got to enjoy this experience. It just has the exquisite beauty of being, and we just love to overthink. So, that's what it is, really. We overthink and we think too much. You gotta realize, too, that sometimes you gotta create space to feel, Like, healing happens by feeling, right? But sometimes, like I said, you need to create that space to even feel in the first place, right? Because unfelt emotions become energetic clutter. It's kind of like your room or whatever. You gotta clean that energy. So when you allow yourself to sit in stillness, you make room for these emotions to surface so that you can integrate them, let them go. Through the stillness, you allow all these unmet emotions to be felt, so that again you could purge it and allow for the real higher you to come in. It's part of awakening, and it's a part of raising your frequency, like seriously. And that's the shit that I've been doing ever since my awakening, is just sitting with these emotions, tapping into that subconscious. Sorry, there's like something in my eye. Allowing for the past, we go through trauma and we carry on that baggage for most of our lives, and it's always going to sit there until you become aware of it. And a lot of people don't meditate, right? They don't meditate into the stillness, so they're just, all that shit, all that clutter is just sitting there in their energetic field, the auric field, and so they're just like unaware of it, and it's creating stagnant energy, and it's draining, and they don't know why. And a lot of the times that energy can be too much for the soul, so that's what would lead them to a spiritual awakening, if you will, because the soul just can't take it no more. That's what happened to me. I woke, and then now I'm free, and it feels great, because now I can let go of this thing of the emotions that aren't mine. Everything's connected, and it's like a lot of the times we're going out and about in reality and absorbing other people's energies, mistaking it for our own, taking on that emotions and energies, allowing it to weigh us down because we think that it's us, but it's not. You're just a sponge. That's why you gotta meditate to stillness, so that you can release all this baggage and the clutter and things that we subconsciously hold on to. Feeling them fully is how you free yourself. Feel all of what you're holding on to, anything, because healing doesn't happen in a rush. It unfolds into rest Just like the ocean needs still water to, reset, to reset its tides. Your soul needs stillness to realign with the flow of the universe, the natural rhythm of it all. That beautiful full moon, man. I feel the energy. It's great, man. It's great. Understand that, hey, we're always growing. It's not just boom, boom, that's it. I'm done. That's what we're here for, so that we can continue to grow. When you're done with the Earth game, yeah, sure. Then you go to another planet, whatever, another way of existing. But we're truly here to remember that, to grow from what we thought we were and remembering to what we really are. Growth isn't always measured by output or movement, but rather it's some of your deepest transformations, I thought again I heard that noise. Never mind. So I heard some weird sound in the distance, but whatever. I'm like, leave me alone, bro. I'm just trying to make a video. I'm aware as fuck. I'm like on the lookout. Whatever, dude. Just like... Sorry, there's a weird sound. Anyways, some of your deepest transformations they happen in silence. They happen when you meditate in the stillness, not thinking so much. When you're not striving, but when you're surrendering to the process, to the higher flow of things. Oh, it's just someone walking. Cool. Don't be a weirdo. That's all I'm saying. I'm all like... Anyways. You're not falling behind. You're not slowing down. Sorry, that's my phone. Someone's texting me, but whatever, they're gonna have to wait. But yeah, you're not falling behind, you're not slowing down. You're just catching up with your higher self, with yourself, with the real you, right? And the real you is your higher self. You are the higher self. So you're catching up with your higher self. And in stillness, you will remember the truth that you are already whole. You've always been whole. So just pause, breathe, align with the sacred pause in the universe and the stillness of all that is in the now. You ever feel like, You ever feel like shit? You don't know why? Maybe you just need to meditate. Maybe you've been stuck in your head so much. And it's just calling. It's begging for you to just go within yourself and finally breathe. Let go of this energetic clutter that you've been subconsciously holding on to. Because again, when you do let it go, you are making space for the real you to come in. For the real you to come in and kiss your face. You know what I'm saying? It takes time. But the more you do it, 30 minutes a day, an hour a day even, right? 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes at night. What I do is I get sun in the morning, right? I get that. And then that's meditating into stillness, just listening to the wind. Or if you want to put on some meditational music, I do that sometimes. Then just focus on the alignment and the connection with the beat of your heart, your breath, and the vibrations of your vessel, your being. And that at the same time while listening to the sounds around you, not judging them, not labeling them, but just allowing it to happen, because all of it is just a happening. And that's really, that's what meditation does, meditating into stillness. It allows you to surrender to the higher you, the higher flow of things, to actually attain a cosmic consciousness, if you will, because you shut the ego up, the chatter, the thinking, the identifying, the labels, all that, the separation, whatever. You develop a higher sense of self, a higher consciousness by bringing your awareness, your chi, to the heart. Because the heart is the consciousness of its own, 5D consciousness, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Not a lot of people do that. And again, it doesn't make you better. It just makes you aware, and that's a powerful thing to be, is aware. Because the world needs more light people. They need more enlightened people. And there's this quote I saw that's like, you might wonder why there's not a lot of enlightened people. That's because it's because people are scared to die. A lot of people are scared to die. And enlightenment is a lot like dying, right? That's what ego deaths. You feel like you're dying when you have all these ego deaths. Because all the purging, all these attachments that we made up to be ourselves, that we have identified with, all these identities and all these meanings we've given ourselves and everything. We think that that's all we are and all what we are. So when it's just wiped away, you have to relearn everything. It does feel like you're dying in the physical sense almost, but really it's metaphysical. But then you see really that you were never physical. You are metaphysical. You are beyond form. It's crazy, man. Crazy life. Like, there was a point in my life, in my shift, where I went from Catholic to then I was going through shit. So then I was like beginning to be atheist almost. Then I started tripping. Then dosing, because life is a trip. And then I started to see, damn, all right, so there is a God, there is divine, there is, a higher power, higher source, but we're a part of it. It's not like what the Bible taught me. It's not separate. It's more, law of one. So I was in duality, right, for the longest time, polarity. But then you begin to see that you are part of it, or what we call God. You're a part of the flow of things. You're not separate from it. And that's why Ram Dass, man, when I started watching his videos, I was like, yeah, bro, that. What the fuck? He was speaking for me. I remember one time I was on some acid, right? 2 tabs. And then my friend showed me I was like, this is one of my biggest ego deaths I've had. I was like, I feel stupid. Am I stupid? He's like, no, here. And he shows me the video of Ram Dass and just the planes of consciousness and awareness. I was like, bro, yes. Because you feel stupid because you begin to realize you know nothing, and that's the ego thinking that it knows. So when you have a full ego death, you feel stupid because you've killed any identification that you've had, that you've made up until that point. Any meaning you've given everything, any label, whatever. Once that's done and gone, wiped away, you see things for how it is. Nothing. Everything is nothing pretending to be everything. It's so trippy, you know what I mean? It's like when you really kill all of what you think you know, you begin to see first that you don't know everything, and what is there to know? It's merely a remembrance. The ego loves to emphasize on knowing. Oh, I know this. I know. But I remember that. It's like, damn, am I stupid? I feel stupid. No, you're not stupid. You're remembering that there's more than all of this around us, the way we see and what we're told and what we just settled with because we thought was true. So it's like you have to attach new meanings and ideas but you're doing it over. It's kind of like you're rewriting the hard drive, if you will. You're updating it. You're doing it over the first of what you learned, but better, if that makes sense. Like, okay, so I thought this was that. I thought life was like this. I thought this is how it worked, blah, blah, blah. But that's what they led us to believe, okay? And then you start to remember the truth, right? You remember truth. And that's part of awakening, right? You have to unlearn who they taught you to be, what they taught you to be, and remember who you truly, really are at a higher level. And that's like beautiful as fuck, man. But it's all experience, am I right? And I'm here for it. Until next time. What the fuck, bro? I'm stumbling. Until next time, beautifuls, drink that water, meditate into the stillness like I gotta do. Get some sun, do it in the morning, because that's the best. And get some fucking full moon. Namaste, lady.